chapter 15, part 2. Another time I was very ill and weak, and all that time the tempter strongly attacked me. I find that as one is close to death, Satan likes to assault the soul. He took this opportunity to try to hide my former experience of God's goodness from me, and also set before me the terrors of death and the judgment of God. At this time, through my fear of failing forever if I should now die, I was as one dead before death came, and was as if I had felt myself already descending into the pit. I thought that I had no other option but to go to hell. But behold, just as I was in the midst of those fears, those words of the angels carrying Lazarus into Abraham's bosom darted in upon me, as if they said, "Just as the angels carry Lazarus, so it shall be with you when you leave this world." This sweetly revived my spirit and helped me find hope in God, which when I had with comfort reflected upon this for a while, that word fell with great weight upon my mind. O death, where is your victory? O death, where is your sting? 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 55. At this I became well, both in body and mind, at once. For my sickness immediately vanished, and I walked comfortably in my work for God again. Another time, just before I was pretty well and pleasant in my spirit, there suddenly fell upon me a great cloud of darkness, which hid the things of God and Christ from me, so that it was as if I had never seen or known them in my life. I was so overrun in my soul with a senseless, heartless frame of spirit that I could not feel my soul move or seek after grace and life in Christ. It was as if my loins were broken, or as if my hands and feet had been tied or bound with chains. At this time also, I felt some weakness in my body, which made the other affliction still the more heavy and uncomfortable to me. After I had been in this condition for 3 or 4 days, as I was sitting by the fire, I suddenly felt this word in my heart that I must go to Jesus. When I heard this, my former darkness and atheism fled away, and the blessed things of heaven were set within my view. This sudden word had taken me by surprise, and I asked my wife if she knew of a verse in the Bible that said, "I must go to Jesus." She said that she did not know of one. So I sat there trying to think if I could remember such a verse. I had only been thinking about it for 2 or 3 minutes when I thought of Hebrews chapter 12. But you have come to Mount Zion and to the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to myriads of angels, to the general assembly and church of the firstborn who are enrolled in heaven, and to God, the judge of all, and to the spirits of the righteous made perfect, and to Jesus, the mediator of a new covenant, and to the sprinkled blood, which speaks better than the blood of Abel. Hebrews chapter 12, verses 22 to 24. Then, with joy, I told my wife that I remembered such a Bible passage. That night was a good night for me, one of the best I have ever had. I longed for the company of some of God's people, that I might share with them what God had shown me. Christ was a precious Christ to my soul that night. I could hardly lie in my bed, due to joy and peace and triumph through Christ. This great glory did not continue upon me until morning, but Hebrews chapter 12 was a blessed Bible passage to me for many days after this. Through this blessed passage, the Lord led me over and over, first to this word and then to that. And he showed me his wonderful glory in every one of them. These words also have often since then provided great refreshment to my spirit. Blessed be God for having mercy upon me.